What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one, I want to talk about the power rankings. Not something we talk about a lot. Certainly didn't talk about it last year when we were at the bottom of the league for most of it. But looking at where we are now, right? Everything we've been through as Colts fans over the years, just the up and down and ebbs and flows of how it's all gone, especially since 2021, of course, since Luck retired. But especially since, 2020, 2021, when Phillip Rivers was here, had a decent year in 2021, 2022, when Carson Wentz was here, and Jonathan Taylor went off that year. But it's been, a lot of lows since then. And where we are now is a special place to be as a Colts fan. So I want to admire it while we're here, right? We play the Chargers this upcoming week. Chargers coming off a win against the Dolphins. Obviously, Dolphins have a lot going on, and we're certainly going to be talking about that matchup starting tomorrow with the Chargers. A lot on the line for that one, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on. We got a lot to talk about this week. It is a big-time game. A lot of implications coming out of this one. But looking at the different power rankings that come out, we got Bleacher Report, Yahoo Sports, The Athletic, ESPN, CBS Sports, and Fox Sports. Shout out to Sleeper Colts. Puts out this tweet every single week updating on all the different power rankings that are happening throughout the league and about the league. And right now, all but one of them have the Colts in the top 5. I don't know how you don't have the Colts in the top 5 at this point. Shout out Fox Sports. Has us at number 7. We went up one spot and from number 8 last week, and they have us at number 7. But everything else, we're in the top 5. Now, everybody, I haven't looked at them all, just going to assume that everybody has the Bucs at number 1, which is debatable, right? Having either the Colts or the Bucs. The Bucs have probably played harder opponents, if I had to guess, and that's probably what plays into it. But at least when the Colts are playing bad teams, they're blowing bad teams out. All right, so looking at it, Bleacher Report has us at number 2, which I feel like a lot of people do. A lot of people talking about the NFL. I think it's clear right now that the Bucs and the Colts are the two best teams. They have the two best records. They're the two number 1 spots in their conferences. It just makes sense to have those two at the very top. Yahoo Sports, and on Bleacher Report, we went up 5 spots to number 2. Yahoo Sports, we went up 2 spots to number 3. The Athletic, we went up 4 spots to number 3. On ESPN, up 1 spot to number 4. And on CBS Sports, up 2 spots to number 4. So shout out to this team, man, for where we are, scoring the most points in the NFL after we put up 31 points. The Lions put up, 17, I believe. It was against the Chiefs. And now we are the team in the lead in terms of points in the NFL right now. So number 1 in points. The offense is going. We don't have that dominant. We have a number 1 receiver that's going to get 10, 12, 15 targets a game like Jackson Smith and Jigba and Puka Nacua, and get 125 to 150 yards a game. Like, we don't have that. But we have an offense that shout out Chris Ballard, has put together over the years. Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, the offensive line, Quentin Nelson. I mean, a lot of people right now all over Twitter talking about Quentin Nelson, the tape he just put out against the Cardinals, just wrecking everybody this past week. He's having one of the best years of his career right now, which is already a Hall of Fame career, and he is balling out right now, having the time of his life. Braden Smith is all the way back. He's balling out right now. The young guys are balling out. Ryman, he, a little up and down this year through the different games. Hasn't been perfect, but he just got paid, and he's been good this year, coming off probably his best game as well. So overall, this Colts offense is just balling out everything that they have. And, of course, haven't even mentioned Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones doing his thing. He slid down the rankings a little bit in terms of, pass yards, overall pass yards. But, again, we have Jonathan Taylor. We don't need him to throw all over the yard. He's still over 200 yards a game. Jonathan Taylor is going to get, right around 100 yards. We're going to rush for over 100 yards a game. It's just kind of expected at this point, and it's what we do. We end up balancing it out. We do pass a little too much, in my opinion, in the first half. It's something that I think has definitely been a trend and something that teams are catching up with. So mixing in the run a little more would be good. We saw it on one of the drives in the first half, went down, scored a touchdown, running the ball, and then we went back to passing for the rest of the first half. That's something that I'd like to see change a little bit, add a little more of the run in the first half, wear them down a little bit in the first half, and then explode in the second half in the run game. Again, especially we have there were metrics coming out last week with defenses that offenses are going to have to face. We have, I believe, the toughest defensive schedule coming up in terms of our offense going up against opposing defenses. There are different weeks where we're not playing the most imposing offenses, but for a lot of our schedule, we're playing a lot of really good defenses. And again, that starts this week against the Chargers. Really, this past week, the Cardinals were a really good defense going into that game. They were the leader in the NFC in terms of points against with 19.2. So we're going to continue to play some really tough defenses, but for us to still be able to put up, with the least amount of points we put up was against the Rams. We put up 20. We should have had 34. Right? So as long as we're not killing ourselves on offense, we're going to have a chance every week. Of course, as the weeks go on, continuing to get healthier, right? Get these guys back on the defense, right? Of course, we've talked about the secondary with Kenny Moore, obviously Charvarius Ward, probably likely to be out, which could really hurt this week. But also Jalen Jones, whether he's going to even start when he comes back or not, it feels like Mekhi Blackman, good chance he stays on the field. I believe interception in the last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. He's playing decently well. There's some stats that say he's playing well. There are others that aren't great. So, a little up and down there for a young guy that we traded for. But nonetheless, we need to get Jalen Carlisle back. We got Jermaine Pratt over there next to Zaire Franklin, but we need to get Jalen Carlisle back. What he provides as a former safety turned linebacker, and what he can provide as coverage in the middle of the field and being able to stop that, it's critical. So, and there's no real timetable right now on either of the Jalens on when they're going to be back. When might these guys be getting back into lineup, be getting back at practice? Really no timetable coming out about either of them. Shane Steichen likes to hold things close to the vest. It's honestly pretty annoying as a content creator. At least give us something. What's the expectation? Is it going to be a couple more weeks? Could it be this week? Could it be next week? Could it be a month from now? Give us something. We got to know when our guys are coming back. But this Colts defense hasn't been perfect. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. The pass rush clearly needs to get better. And so those are things that need to be worked on. But for where we're at, for the injuries that we've dealt with from week to week, missing different guys in different weeks, and still being able to be 5-1, should be the only unbeaten team in the NFL. But it's a week-to-week league. Teams are gonna make mistakes. Even the best teams in the league gonna mess around, make some mistakes at some point. And for the Colts, that was the week we played the Rams, and it hurt us, and we got a loss. So it is what it is, but we still hold the top spot in the AFC South. We hold the top spot in the AFC. And actually on the graphic, when you put all the teams in the NFL together, we're number one in the NFL because our loss came outside the conference, whereas for the Bucs, theirs came inside the conference to the Eagles. So I don't know why that's a tiebreaker, but because of that tiebreaker, we currently, are technically best team in the NFL. So it's great to be here, man, for where we've been as Colts fans and for the journey we've been on, to be able to have fun football again, to be incredibly competitive every single week. Shout out Daniel Jones coming in with all the noise that happened, when he got signed, when Shane Steichen made the decision to make him the starter. Even myself, right? I wanted Anthony to be the starter, right? Having If you can get Anthony Richardson to play good football and continue his development, then we have a guy for the next, 15 years. With as young as he is, 15 years of good football with Anthony Richardson sounded like a good idea. But Daniel Jones came in and he's balled out, and he's changed that perception a lot on what the future looks like. And I expect there to be even more conversation as time goes on about Daniel Jones eventually getting paid to stay here and be the quarterback for the Colts. So we'll see how that goes. Again, plenty of content coming out. Huge week playing the Chargers. There are so many implications that ride on this game. In-conference opponent. So this one matters a lot. Okay, we're going to be talking about it starting tomorrow. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.